Welcome back, rugby fans. We're at Silverbacks Park here in Atlanta, Georgia, as we're getting ready to watch Belmont Shore versus Dallas Rugby Club. This is an exciting matchup, Division I semifinal. It's about 90 degrees outside. Weather is playing a bit of a factor, but not for these two solid squads. Belmont Shore is going to be attacking from left to right on your television, Dallas from right to left. This production is brought to you by Club Rugby USA, or USA Club Rugby. Both these teams stalwarts in the rugby world, especially in the Division I space. I'm going to be joined by John Broker in just a moment as he was signing autographs down on the deck. Back. Here we go. Sounds like John was running up those stairs. And
I had my cough button on, they couldn't hear. Here we go, in blue, Belmont Shore to kick off. We're running left to right on your screen. Dallas, good early move here. Early penalty against Belmont Shore. Dallas here, opportunity to move it downfield. Kick does not make it. Back across, that's Dylan Carry-On. Long kick down the center of the field there. The line out here for Dallas, just about 40 meters out from the Belmont line.
a lot of power behind that kick. It actually broke one of the chairs in the stands, John.
It was an impressive kick right there.
This is Dallas's bread and butter, the set piece. They are really good in the line out, very strong in the scrum, got a lot of height and a lot of power.
Colin Yeri on to put this one in. Go off to the middle lineup. Indeed, good power coming up there. Maul coming in. Yeri on at the back, the hooker. Good move, Dallas here, powering their way towards the 22 of Belmont Shore. Moved out quickly, looking for that wide runner, can't find him. Ball down in the hands of Jake Campy. Nice little step, go back inside. Powerful defense. Tyanosa in there making that tackle. Tyanosa, a name familiar to every rugby person that's been around for a while in the USA. Good veteran player, good guy. But penalty against Belmont. Heron hanging on the ball until somebody comes over to relieve him.
Dallas has the ability to actually kick for points here. They have very strong kicking. They have 3 different fellas that can put the ball between the posts. But they're really struggling reaching touch.
Done again, Dylan Carry-On. He is an elusive, fast runner. Works his way out almost to the 40-meter line. Now the big power comes in. That's Bryce Schilling. Counter ruck coming from Dallas here. Good move. Ball back up there. And Lugo moves that ball up. Player met with a tackle there on the outside. Here comes Belmont Shore. A nice little step, move around. Ben Weishadell takes that one in. Little pop up there from Teo. One of the 2 wearing number 5 and 6. Another pick and go across the 40-meter line they go. Dallas looking out for the wide threats there from Belmont, but able to play that power game very well, Ken.
Well, if you look, this Dallas team is really have a strong, stringed across the field defense. but they're getting dinged for these little hands in the ruck things that are so inconsequential. They just leave it go. Leave it go, set the platform of defense, and move on.
Nosa steps up, pushes a team downfield inside the 22. They are. Great attacking opportunity here for Belmont against this Dallas team.
Belmont has a player down. Maybe the elements have gotten the better of him. Looks like he's being stretched out here. I know you can't see it on the screen, but a lot of technology, John. You see some sprays out there. You see some people are drinking pickle juice.
It's they'll do what they have to do to get rid of those cramps. I mean, it's that kind of weather, Ken.
It is for
hot
sure.
Atlanta. They don't call it hot Atlanta for nothing. 2 lifters in so far for Belmont. Other players going to walk in the line out. 5-man line out coming up. They're going to go not to the front yet, but they're going to go up into the hands of Shadell. Nosa has to take that one into contact. Looking for a couple people going around. They go back to the weak side, looking to see if they've opened some open space. Definitely have a power runner out there. Able to maintain a good, aggressive defensive work here from the Reds. Ball up to Fatai Teo. Ball out to Nosa. Nosa around the back there. He's always calm. Dylan Carrion moves it out to the wing, and a first try coming here for Belmont Shore. That's Jaden Logan off a Dylan Carrion assist. Great work there. Belmont Shore on the board, 5-0.
Just great ball movement there. You know, Dylan, you have to put a lot of attention. Here's the replay here. Out the back door to the 12, right over to Dylan. Dylan creates the space by locking that wing defender who has an easy walk-in try. Dylan is always a threat, no matter where he is on the field. He is one of the most exciting 15s players in this championship weekend.
I've seen him play plenty of 7s too. He is a very fun 7s player. Great, great aggressive, finds a lot of space, ready to have a go. I think he has now played in every state in the union.
What union is that?
The United States of America.
Oh, okay. He's a really exciting player.
Very fun player to watch. And Nosa to convert this. 5 minutes gone here.
The Dallas player charged down. The referee waved him off.
And Nosa can't quite curve that one in, so it is 5-0, 6.5 minutes gone in this game. Belmont Shore here in this USA Club Rugby Championships weekend. This will be our final game today. We'll bring you a lot more tomorrow. Belmont Shore got here by beating the Life West Gladiators, and Dallas advanced through the Texas Championships.
That Texas Championship's one of the most competitive in the country.
Nice high hanging kick inside the 22. It's going to stay in, cause a minor bit of confusion for Belmont Shore, but they're okay. Out to a waiting pot of forwards. Nice little tip pass there as they get just inside the 22. Shadell does the work there. They come to the short side. Looking strong here, confident in their passing and running is this Belmont Shore team. A show from Shadell. Pops it up to the wing. Able to stay in. For another runner coming across, a little offload there. Exciting ball going, but knock on just creeps in. Going to be a scrum here for Dallas. They'll be happy about that.
A little no-look pass. That was really fun to watch. The player, but the weird thing is the player expected it. He knew that the ball was coming, even though it was a no-look pass. This is going to be an exciting-looking scrum. Both teams well-versed in the arts of the scrummage. A lot of veterans out there in the front row as well.
See the big matchup there between Bryce Schilling, wearing the number 23 for Belmont, and Simbarashe Musaruru from Belmont Shore.
Say that again.
Simbarashe Musaruru.
Okay. Got my respect.
Sorry, I missed the last A there in the second one, Ken. Had it down a minute ago. players coming running in. Good defensive work, but a gap opens up here, and here comes Dallas. Passes to the wrong team, unfortunately. We're going to come back for a penalty. Gerald Lowe thought he might have been away there for Belmont Shore.
That penalty's coming all the way back from the scrum because the 8 disengaged from the scrum because they were getting pushed back so hard. Dallas dominating that scrum, which is unusual for Belmont. Belmont is it's quite a good scrummaging team. To see Dallas put that kind of pressure on Belmont Shore, very impressive.
Captain Johnny Heron having a bit of a discussion with the referee here.
Do you think it has anything to do with that mustache?
I love that mustache, I just got to say.
That is something else.
Good look right there.
That is something else.
Line out 16, 17 meters out here for this Dallas team. Dallas Rugby goes to the front. Nathan Jones collects that ball and comes down, getting driven towards the touchline. They're going to have to do something here. Belmont has to release. And have done. Ball out. Winger coming across. Can't quite take that one as he'd like, can Aaron Davis. They're good to go. Bolton. Shore player not really rolling away there, but referee's just going to tell him to keep playing. Ball up to Campy. Campy moves it out. Nice little offloads there. Did that one go forward? It has. Referee spotted it. We're going to come back here for the knock-on. It's going to be a scrum here inside their 22 to Belmont Shore.
You know, Dallas is really going to try some different things because they know they have an advantage in the scrum. So they're going to do things that they don't usually do. Maybe move the ball a little bit quicker, a little bit faster, because they're not worried if they drop the ball and it's a knock-on. They know it's going to be a scrum down. It's going to get reset, and that's when Dallas is really going to get a chance to push over and steal that ball back. So don't be surprised if you start seeing them do some fun, exciting things with the ball.
Big power coming, but illegally, so it's going to be a penalty here for Belmont Shore.
Okay, it looks like the referee is stating that he was driving up, which created the imbalance and the reason why Belmont Shore was so easily pushed back. Referees are very quick now to stop that stuff, and don't be surprised if he reaches in his pocket for a card.
Good push ahead from Anosa inside the Dallas half. That'll be a Belmont Shore line out. This game, of course, we said will play Schuylkill River, Philadelphia area team on Sunday. Ball across the middle of the field, a little flat-footed there. Carry on, can't quite get a hang of that one. Jaden Logan has it, but he's caught up. Pipkins. Pick and go there. Okay, the scrum half into contact. No problem. Anosa has it, gets it to one of the big units in the middle of the field. He pops one back up. Anosa gets it on the wraparound, gets it up to the wing. That very well-weighted pass coming inside the 22. Belmont recycles well here. Player off on his own. That's Wesley Teo. Help arrives eventually. Gerald Lowe picks that one up. Ball back out to the middle of the field. Teo. Now they're going wide to Carry On again. Carry On doesn't see the outside, gets it back in. Good work, but eventually all that footwork led to somebody being in an obstructive position. Referee's gonna have a chat with his assistant referees, see if there's any afters here.
There's a little behind the scenes action between the number 9s, throwing a little bit of haymakers at each other. Not quite sure if anything connected. Usually they don't when it comes to scrum halves, but there was haymakers thrown behind the play. I'm sure that's what the referee's having a chat on.
12.5 minutes gone. Probably going to be a couple little warnings here. Let's take a look. Carry On, you see here, gets it, and eventually there's just a blocker in front of you. Nothing you can do there. Let's see what these afters were right here. Whistle was blown, and player was just driven back to the ground. I don't think there was really anything in that. Penalty against Belmont Shore. Gee will step up.
We're having an equipment malfunction with a Belmont Shore player's boots. It is so hot out there, John, that's quite possible that he has pushed his foot through the shoe.
Could very well have happened. There we go.
Those don't look new, John.
Blake Bolton, yeah, they look pretty worn in.
You've had those for a couple cycles around the moon.
Comfort shoes.
Or the sun. The moon, the sun, whatever.
Safely finds touch there, but at about 30 some odd meters up from their line will be a Dallas line out.
Don't be surprised if you see a maul here again from this Dallas squad.
To the back they go. They go quick with that one. Big Maximilian Pats took that. Stephen Young, the scrum half, moved it out in the midfield. He's digging forward again. Ball up to Ruwa. Can you mispronounce that?
That is all my fault.
Out to the wing this time, looking for a couple of runners. Able to keep it alive with Pipkins. Darian Pipkins. Just outside his own 40-meter line. Big tussle for the ball going on. Dallas is going to win this one. Big fella, Johnny Heron. Looking for some room there is Blake Bolton. Doesn't materialize. Good defense from Belmont Shore. Scrum half trying to draw the penalty. Not going to get it. Heron's going to show and go himself. Get just inside the halfway mark. Good defensive pressure, but a little overeager and offsides. Referee spotted it. We're going to have a penalty against Belmont Shore again. Just inside their own half. Chance to move it downfield. Is the Dallas Rugby Club.
You know, if you notice, Dallas's attack, they're using every inch of the field. From one sideline to the other, they've got players posted up. It is really impressive to see them move the ball down from one side of the field to the other. It's Dallas line out. They're the outside of the 22, about a step outside the 22. Looks like the attack structure is set for a nice looking maul.
Hands over there from Belmont. They're looking to disrupt this and doing a pretty good job of it at the moment. He stops and can't get the ground. It will be Belmont ball. Referee says the ball's alive. Back here. Brought in by Dallas. Scrum to Belmont Shore.
One of the first things they talk about with mauls, John, is once you get down is to angle yourself away from the sideline, because the other team's sole job is to try to drive you either back or towards the sideline. They've got to get keen on that. That's the second time that we've seen that happen. The first time that they've turned it over because of it.
Squeeze on there from Dallas, but Belmont up now with it. Nosa finds a runner. They send it up into the middle of the field. Liuta Markey takes that one in. Coming back across wide, looking to play that wide game. Is this Belmont Shore team? Belmont Shore. Able to pick this one up and go. Great work by Belmont. They're outside their 22. They're going to keep going. Ball is in Newcomb's hands. Newcomb now, they try to move it out wide, but it's been turned over. Just waiting for that was this Dallas team. Step. And down they go through Bruce Young. Ball knocked on in there by Belmont Shore. Be a Dallas scrum.
Both these teams have obviously worked on unstructured play, and it shows because there was kind of a stalemate there. Both teams had an idea what they wanted to do when it was unstructured. Both teams were able to execute their version of the unstructured play, but Dallas had the edge there. Their defense was able to hold the unstructured play to no gain.
A little blood sub here, a little blood issue coming on. Conversation going on between the hookers of each team here. Yun and Yarian having a chat while the player gets
They are forwards. They are forwards, John. You think they're talking about where they're going to eat tonight?
They could be. Recommendations?
I heard there's this place called Bone. It's a great steakhouse.
Really?
And I'm looking forward to attending said steakhouse tonight. They have a 45-ounce porterhouse.
Good to know. Dallas ball in at Chad Joseph's feet. They've got big scrum dominance at the moment. Penalty has to come eventually against Belmont Shore, but they're at the 22. Do they keep going? It gets turned over. We're going to go back for the penalty. Dallas certainly showing one of their strengths.
At what point does Belmont Shore try to figure out a way to stop them? I mean, they have dominated every scrum so far today. I wouldn't be surprised if they called for another one.
Pretty excited there.
They're fired up, John.
They are going for another one here. They would love that yellow card. Simbarashe Musarua is getting a lot of plaudits from his teammates here. We'll look at this battle on this side. You see Musarua against Bryce Schilling. No shrinking Violet himself. See how the power comes through. We'll go to a scrum doctor like Ken Pape here.
You just see that look at the Dallas Reds here. They just keep their feet moving, and they're pushing together in unison. They have a really good scrum tempo.
It doesn't go to a penalty, so they're going to play this one inside the 22. They're doing better to keep going there. I thought a yellow card was going to be good fortune for them. The big man Heron takes it down. Ball coming across. Big unit and Josh Lowe. Bolton tells them to go back to that side, and they do. Forwards are all in a pretty tight area for Dallas right here. So they're going to go with a continued forward attack. Manugo. Tip pass attempt there doesn't work. Come back for a penalty.
Right now you're seeing Belmont Shore they're playing kind of scared defensively.
They are having an interesting go of it here. They had the run of it before, and now Manugo again takes it right to the line. Dallas playing the power game here against a bit, as you were saying, I think they're a little more unstructured play from Belmont Shore. They really thrive in those parts of the game. Dallas playing a good structured piece here. They're going to come back for another scrum to Dallas. I think they want to wear them down with this, Ken.
You know, it's not just wearing them down, John, as much as it is also they're attacking their heart. And right now, Belmont Shore has got to find their heart inside the scrum. It's a rite of passage for some. When you get inside of a scrum, you never want to get pushed back. It's the worst feeling in the world, and Belmont Shore doesn't want to keep feeling it. So, you know, there's got to be some person in that pack that's going to go ahead and get them fired up, get the engine room started, and push back. They cannot keep taking these on.
Dallas, the power in there. Ball at Chad Joseph's feet. Can they keep this one rolling? They do. That Belmont scrum is starting to crumple again. And in the try zone they go. 5 points to the good. Dallas ties it up. You can see how happy they are. Belmont, tough couple of minutes there, Ken. They're going to need to come back.
Absolutely, and I just want to point something out. Did anybody else notice that the scrum half tried to steal the try from the number 8? He dove between the 8's legs to try to dot it down. Thank goodness, and here's the replay here. We're going to see Dallas pushing them forward. Belmont is really low, but their legs are completely locked out, which is not giving them the ability to drive. But watch here, the 8's driving. Now watch the 9 here. Look at him try to steal that ball, John. That's not right. And if I was the 8, I'd have got up and smacked him one. If he stole that drive from the 8, oof. I mean, he is half back, but he is also half forward, the number 9 is.
This is true. I think Matthew Young is going to enjoy, owe a trip to Bone to Chad Joseph there. Buy him a nice 45-ounce steak of porterhouse, was it?
It is a porterhouse, John. It's 45 ounces of pure heaven. But getting back to that scrum, when you're looking at the Belmont team on the crouch bind on set, they're coming together. The Belmont legs in their second row and their 8 and their flankers is completely locked out. They're not able to get any good drive there. There's no spring to it left. And you'll see that if you watch the Dallas team, they're in a nice body shape of a Z, and when they hit, they're connecting, and then they're able to drive. There's something to drive. When your legs are locked out, you can't drive.
And that kick is good. Bolton looking sharp with that kick. 7-5, Dallas over at Belmont in this USA Club Rugby Championship Division I semifinal.
You're looking at two different styles too, aren't you, John?
Absolutely.
You're looking at power and glory with Dallas, and you're looking at, first strike opportunities with the Belmont Shore with the speed and the quickness around the outside. I think this is going to be the actual first water break of the half as well.
All right, we're going to take a hydration break right here. We'll be right back with the rest of the first half in just a second. Welcome back. We're looking at the Belmont Shore team as they're finishing off their hydration break there. Tough few minutes on defense where Dallas able to control possession, control the game the way they want to do. Belmont a little bit more of a flair team, Ken. It'll be interesting to see how they respond to this.
Yeah, usually when you get punched in the face, either you punch back or you run. And it looks like Belmont's going to work on the running side of things to wear down the pack from Dallas. If Belmont can get the ball around to the outsides, to their outside players, make the Dallas defense work sideline to sideline, they might be able to wear down those forwards and even the playing field for their forwards, because there is quite a difference in skill set between the two. But there's a difference in skill set in the backs.
Nosa, legendary U.S. player. Nice high kick. Knocked forward by a Belmont player there. Was waiting to see what the decision would be. A couple players in close contact. It's going to be a scrum here right at their 22 for Dallas.
At some point you may see with this Dallas scrum, they might go up tight to give them more of an angled attack for their 8. You might see a lot of picks. I think inside their own half, inside their own 22, you might see a good 8 pick here. But you might see the tight head push up a little bit harder while the loose head holds to give them an angle and separate the defense from Belmont's pack in their backs.
Ball in there, holding it in. Myself, I thought they would have looked for another penalty there, but they didn't. Move the ball across. They've got good width on the outside. Big power bump off coming in there from Aaron Davis. Ball coming back across. That time, Young was in the first receiver spot and had to go back in the other direction. Belmont looking to turn this over. Young has a hold of it this time. Gets it out there to Heron. Nice long pass coming in there. Good defense coming up from Belmont Shore. Dallas, big break happening right there for Dallas, but hauled down in the end as Darian Pipkins covered some ground quickly there. Young moves that ball back in the middle of the field to Campy. They've got the ball in one of the big fella's hands. He's looking for a runner, can't find him. Pats just threw the ball back, but they're going to hang on to it, is Dallas. Dallas, do they have runners? They're going to go for, I think it was supposed to be a kick pass.
I think it was, John.
I think it was a free play, and they're going to come back for the penalty here.
He knew it was a free play, so he was going to try to give something, get something on here. There is a downed Belmont player.
It's Wesley Teo.
It looks like he's grabbing at his knee. That's heavily taped. I hope he is okay. He is a solid, he's a great human being and a really nice person. Great player. I hope he's able to pull it together. Really exciting game to watch here. Again, you know, you're looking at 2 different styles of play. It's just which style is going to be able to hold out and win the day. You know, Belmont has the ball in their hand. They're difficult to deal with, but if they knock it on, or if they don't put their foot on the gas pedal, it's going to be really easy for Dallas to smack them in the mouth again.
Bolton looking to put 3 on. His team ahead by 5. Kick no good. It's going to remain 7-5, 22 drop for Belmont Shore. Bolton couldn't quite find it on that one. Takes his time, make sure everybody's set to go. Launches a long one downfield for Dallas to come on to. Dallas powers into the contact, recycles well. Young, Bolton puts in a short one there for Pats. Behind again, there is Gee. Moves the ball to Nathan Jones. Nathan Jones to the 40-meter line, breaks a couple of tackles there. Young going out behind, looking for these runners. Good structure coming in here from this Dallas team. If they can control this possession, they do quite well. Good runners taking smart options. Yarian steps in. Josh Lowe, his front row partner. There's Heron looking for a potential pass, but he's going to hang on to it. Eventually taken down there by Max Parinelli. Nugo for Dallas' time. A little chip over the top. They're looking for it, but taken right inside the 22. This is where they're dangerous. Belmont. Ball winds up back in Belmont's hands. Let's see what that one goes. And we're going to go back here for a penalty. Looked like a deliberate knock on there from Dallas.
Yeah, you don't really see a lot of deliberate knock-on cards, although today we have seen 2 in other games. No card issued here, but it was very obvious that there was no attempt at catching that ball. It was just a simple swipe of the ball. I just wonder why the penalty's here versus, would you take the penalty here, John, or would you take the scrum up on the 10?
I would, well, for Belmont Shore, I mean, the way the scrum is going, they've been having some troubles here. So I might just go for the safety of the kick in the line out.
You have absolutely hit the nail on the head, John.
I have my moments.
This would be a big loss for Dallas if 10 can't get it together. Bolton is one of the keys of this Dallas attack. But just watching again the contrasts of the 2 attacks, where Belmont's always on the move on attack, and Dallas is kind of, if you watch, they're a really steep attacking team, but they're not really moving onto the ball the way that Belmont Shore does.
Nice kick there from Belmont right to the 22 of Dallas. As you pointed out earlier, Ken, this Belmont team has some really great strike moves. Be a lovely time for them to pull something out of the hat here as you look at Bruce Young getting ready to put that ball in. Ball up to Weichedel, back to the front. Here was one of those moves, doesn't quite go off. Right idea, execution not there.
You love seeing that fun stuff, though. It's unfortunate that he dropped that pass because he was gone. He was away.
He was certainly away.
There's no chance of getting him stopped there. Now, do you think we're going to see a pushover here, John, or do you think they're going to lock out and give their Dallas backs an opportunity for an attack here?
We'll see. I'm already going for the pushover on the last one as well. They're certainly exerting some dominance here, but they're going to go to that number 8, and they're going to keep it tight. Nosa doing a good job on the tackle there, but Dallas able to fend that off. Back to Bolton. Bolton looks to the Atlanta skies and moves it down inside the 40. You have Belmont Shore line out here.
Belmont Shore looks very solid in the line out. I'm thinking, just based off of the way they've been attacking, I think they're going to try to get into that 13-14 channel, really try to move that ball effectively.
Belmont into the hands of Anosa. Anosa looking for an inside pass, but intentional knockdown there. Penalty. Yurion just couldn't help himself. Ball was sitting right in front of him. Here comes Gerald Lowe getting things going quick for this Belmont Shore team. Belmont Shore, just a little drive off the back there. Let's see where they're going to go with this. Schilling looks to pass. Takes a couple of passengers with him as he goes to the ground. And Nosa, flat ball here, just looking for it. See what that gets called. Ball is an advantage here. Dylan Carrion moves it all the way across field. That was back there looking for the whistle. Thought that was going to be another intentional knock on, and potentially a card.
It's got to be a card at this point, doesn't it, John? I mean, that's the third strike at the ball.
It's a third in a row.
Third in a row. I mean,
third penalty, third deliberate knock on.
Yes, there he goes.
Darian Pipkins to the bin for 10 minutes.
That's the one area you don't want to lose a player if you're Dallas. Belmont Shore's backs are dominant, and now you just added another piece of the puzzle. Belmont has got to strike here.
I think the Dallas intention, with that defense, is to not let them get it wide if they can. And instead, it's resulted in a yellow card there from just too many penalties on it.
And this is exactly where we're going to see a lot of really fun Dylan Carrion play here. He is so exciting when he has space, and now you've just given him extra space by taking a player out of that spot. Don't be surprised if we see a score here.
Middle of the lineup they go. Tap ball comes back down. Hands of Michael Willis. Quick drive there to the 5-meter line. They're pulling in these defenders for Dallas. But penalty against Belmont Shore. Great work by Dallas, scrapping it in there. Looks like it was the scrum half Young, making up for trying to steal that try before.
Well, I mean, he really gets low on that ball. He got his hands over the top, buried his head in the guy's chest. There's no way that you're getting him out of there. Good job by him.
Bolton moves Dallas downfield. They're outside their 22. We're under 10 minutes to go in this first half. Here in beautiful Silverbacks Park, Atlanta, Georgia, on the Rugby Network. Home of Rugby ATL.
You know, it took me all the way about 15 minutes ago before I figured out Silverbacks meant the gorilla.
All the gorilla posters around the place didn't land with you?
It did.
Messy line out there. Player came down, I think just on top of someone. Nothing in it there. Belmont Shore, however. Ball at their own 40. Going to keep this moving across. Anosa met with a big challenge. Anosa able to recycle that one. They've got the room out here. Off they come. Big run coming in from Leuta Markey. He is held up by that Dallas defense. Dallas. And Lugo there trying to come in on that, but referee says not legally. Belmont.
Taking points here would be a really good option for Belmont. Go into halftime with a lead to get the ball back. You know, this is a good opportunity. And they are going to go for post here, Joe.
Tyanosa listens to Ken Pate. Going to get the tee out there.
I'm lucky I have a mic in his ear, or a headphone in his ear. One of the best players in the game.
Tyanosa?
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Great foot, good rugby knowledge. Couldn't find a better teammate, great man.
I've called a number of his games and enjoyed them all.
You always worry when you see a wrap like that on a knee, though, don't you?
Yeah, I certainly do.
Great strike, good, right through the middle of the posts.
1 point up for Belmont Shore. 8-5.
A little concerning, though.
Or 8-7, excuse me.
8-7, a little concerning. Anosa grabbing at his groin. May have pulled something there. You hope not, because he's such a great guy, good rugby player, good ambassador for the sport. He's just trying to work something out there. I just hope it's nothing. It's hoping something that he can just run it out. Put some dirt on it, take a Motrin, whatever it is.
Bolton gets us going, puts a long one in. Is it going to bounce in his favor? It is not. We're going to come all the way back out there.
Now this might be a situation where you just have him re-kick it, isn't it?
The scrum center here for Belmont. Yeah, they're going to win the scrum first. Good opportunity here for Dallas to exert that scrum dominance again. Gets one out quick.
That's what I mean. You know, Dallas, you want to take these extra chances because you know if you have to go into a scrum, you're going to push them pretty good. You know, this is, you know, putting a deep kick on is not a scare tactic anymore because you know it's scrum center and you own the scrum right now.
Rula there, the good power coming on. Belmont does get it out quick. Challenges coming in and penalty against Belmont for the first time in a little while. Things have been going in their favor. Dallas, opportunity to move it downfield. Bryce showing seems to have a difference of opinion with the referee, as all good props do. And a shot at post is going to come for Bolton. Try to return the favor to Anosa.
whispering to you.
And they
That
kick
looked
it
like a
up.
miscue. Oh!
Off the post and in. That's
Off
an
the
interesting
post
one
and
right
in.
there.
Wow, that was great.
It's fairly calm for that. But that puts it up 10-8. Dallas in the lead again. Under 4 minutes to go here in this first half. What an absorbing contest we have here. Again, winner plays Schuylkill River from Philadelphia. And the state's pretty well represented here in these final 4 teams.
What a great show being put on by USA Club Rugby. Eric Geib and all the fellows and the ladies and the club council. It's great to see rugby back in the National Championship Series here.
Nosa pushes one down. Big contest in the air. Looks like it's won by Dallas. Pick and go with the back there. I'm not sure if they were exactly expecting what was going to happen, but Young spills that one forward, and here they come late in the half. Belmont Shore, ball's going back. Referee says, let's play. Dylan Carrion looks across the field, gets some width on it. Michael Willis into contact, able to keep the ball alive is Belmont. Either team getting a try or some kind of score here before the end of the half would be a very good thing to go into the sheds with. We'll see where they come away with that. Here comes Belmont Shore. Carrion stepping in that first receiver position. He's dangerous. Young back to Carrion. Carrion, the biggest fella on the field, but always hard to take down. Schilling goes for that little wrap around there to Anosa, but it doesn't quite come off. Come across the field here. Robert Newcomb moves it out to the wing. One man down on that wing is Dallas, but Jaden Logan can't make it happen. Ball coming back across. It's low. And all over the place. Little move here, good hands. Player in behind, but has stepped into touch. Has Jaden Logan. It's going to be a line out here for Dallas. Just over a minute to go in this half. Good fortune for Dallas to hold that one out, I believe. Look at their player back right at the beginning of the second half. It happened right around 30-minute mark.
You know, that's one of the drills that, you know, as a coach I work on with my players is inside the 15. You know, you have 3 attackers and you move the ball quickly with 1 defender. And that literally, we got to see that in an actual game. I can't wait to clip this and show my players. But, you know, the Belmont hands were just phenomenal there. You know, you know a ball's coming. You're not sure where it's coming from. Just well executed. But unfortunately, you step in a touch and it's a turnover.
Ball goes long, but it's taken down by Musarurwa. Coming around is Imanugo. Takes that one into contact. They are inside their 22. 30 seconds to go in this half. Bolton is going to push that one downfield. Carry on. Would love to go quick here.
I think he might do it to himself.
Referee is going to bring that one back. There were 2 balls in play there. Somebody put one near the lineout.
Yeah, rugby's usually played with just 1 ball, John.
We've been exploring new rules with the second one, you know, money ball on the field. There is the hooter for the end of the first half. We have to play this out. We're in referee's time now. Not an awful lot of injury time taken in this half, so should go pretty quick. Dallas comes down with that one. Strong line out. Good structure here from Dallas. See what they decide to do. Just outside their 40 would be a long way to go to try to score here. And they're just going to kick that one in a touch. And that's going to be the end of the first half. We're at Dallas 10, Belmont Shore 8. It is an absorbing close contest. Come back for the last 40 minutes of USA Club Rugby Championships Division I semifinals. We'll be here with that action right after this. Welcome back to Silverbacks Park. It's the USA Club Rugby Championships. It is a men's Division I semifinal. The first was won by Schuylkill River. This one, Dallas leads Belmont Shore 10-8. It is going to be an exciting second half. We have a lot of good rugby coming your way. John Broker joined here by Ken Pape on the Rugby Network. Ken, what are these coaches talking about at halftime?
Well, you know, the Dallas side is talking about let's do the things that we do well, which is the set piece and power rugby. And Belmont's talking about let's get the ball to our backs and get to the ball to the outside. And I think if both those teams execute those game plans, we're going to continue to have an amazing match.
It certainly has been a contrast in styles here. Dallas down with it right away. That man, Johnny Heron, so important to this team. Just does a lot of work. Bolton has to find his way across the 40. Ball back out there. Young. To the weak side. Looking for some runners here. Get it up to Chad Joseph. Joseph scored that try earlier. A couple of moves around there. Ball goes to Musa Rurwa. Ball's gone back. Dallas still on the attack here. Defense fairly tight around this contact area. They're going to go into the big units, and Josh Lowe. Come back weak here. Across the 22 they go. Just methodical. This Dallas team. Ball up to Heron. Heron always happy to carry, always happy to take a couple of people with him. Back across to that side. Colin Yarian. Musa Rurwa. Another rumbling move there from him. Ball back to Joseph. Joseph looking to get some runners wide there. Haven't done. Bolton looking for that ball. Bolton has runners outside of him. Gets to Gee. Gee steps back in. They're inside the 22. One runner and Aaron Davis out here in this wing. And have to go back to that left-hand side. Ball spilled forward eventually, and here comes that dangerous Belmont Shore counterattack. Across the 22 they go. They'll run from anywhere, and staying alive they are. Carry on, able to slip that one back inside. Penalty against Dallas. Belmont going to slow down Tyanosa to push us downfield.
That the Belmont bend don't break defense, you know, towards the end of those phases, you saw Dallas players just laying around on the floor. They're just putting in so much work, and Belmont's really not exerting that much pressure. It's going to be a nice bend don't break philosophy from Belmont that's going to potentially pay dividends in about 10 to 15 minutes if Dallas keeps up this style of attack.
Young. Put the ball in. That's quite ready.
Looks like a sub was made there. Looks like the tight head prop is coming.
Josh Lowe has had a good game, and you see his knees a little banged up there. See who comes in for him. Belmont going for that ball. Come down with it and get some yardage. Young comes over to clean that one up. Ball in the hands of Willis. Willis. Ball back out to the right-hand side. Move across the front. Wesley Teo.
There's an overload out here.
Tyanosa, can they spot that overload? They get the ball over. Carry on. Can't quite get a handle on it in the air. I think down there to Jeremiah Munoz. Excuse me. Anosa showed and kept the ball. Was not tackled. Able to keep going. Outside the 22 is Belmont. Belmont looking for that break in this Dallas defense. Dallas pretty strong out here. Players not releasing for Dallas Rugby. It's going to be a penalty for Belmont Shore just outside the 22.
I would really, I'm not sure. It looks like they're thinking about taking points here. But with the tempo that Belmont has, I would like to see them go for a line out and attack in the outside after the line out. That would be such a remarkable move for them. It gives them a front foot opportunity. Belmont is really a strike-first offense on the outside. I'd really love to see them get the ball out there. Give those guys some space.
Yun right around the 5-meter line. Belmont comes down with it, move back there to Bryce Schilling. Schilling moves that ball around. They're going to have to go across from Munoz this time. Tyanosa back across the field, hit by that Dallas reserve player that's there. Stevens wearing 19 into the game, the player we were talking about. A penalty against.
We're in the same situation. This time they've elected points, John. You know, this is not a bad idea either. You know, you kick for those points. It'll put them up 11-10, getting the ball back. But you got to remember that Belmont's number 10, Enosa, he's got some kind of groin thing going on. So you wonder about his kicking ability as well. Do they have an alternate kicker? But it looks like he's going to line up for this kick. I just have some concerns seeing him grab at his groin a couple times, and it looks like he's trying to stretch something out. So let's see what happens.
Just about 6 minutes gone in this second half. Still 2 points in it. And Nosa looking to edge his team ahead here. Nice strike by Enosa. It is good. Another lead change. 11-10. Belmont Shore leads Dallas. Plenty of time to go. Again, just favoring that leg a little bit as Enosa. Have to manage that intelligently over the next 35 minutes.
And you have to think, you know, if you're a Belmont, do you really want this guy to continue to kick, put pressure on that groin? You pull this thing out and you win today, what happens to you tomorrow? What happens to you Sunday? You know, the recovery Saturday, the game Sunday.
Bolton puts one on the 22, a little pressure on there. Drop by Belmont Shore. Here comes Dallas. Johnny Hare on the big man, gets across the 22. A little bit of Gulliver's Travels in there as he takes a load of people with him. Back up in the air, off they go. That's a Jake Campy. Campy just outside the line. Manugo goes for that one. Manugo can't quite make it. Here's the big man. Also Rua, he's right on the line, but he looks like he's held up from here. Referee will be the final decision maker of this. We're going to come back for a penalty against Belmont. Dallas ball. Opportunity to take a scrum with that dominance they've had.
Wouldn't you, John? I mean, they could simply just push it over. I mean, you hope that Belmont's made the proper adjustments at halftime. This is our first attacking scrum. This is not the first scrum, but the first attacking scrum inside of Belmont's 22. You know, Dallas has got the mentality right now that they're going to be able to push it over.
Now in that change, Josh Lowen off the tight head prop, Richard Stevens came on, but Richard Stevens is playing as a flanker. Obama Imanugo has moved up to the front row from from open side blind side flanker. Can't get my flankers right. So we'll see if the power maintains, and it certainly does. Usarua is certainly the gem of this pack as they go down, and try awarded 5 points. Dallas pushover try, fantastic work. 15-11, Dallas retakes the lead. What a matchup we have going.
This is a really, really exciting game. You expect to get the extra 2 points here. You know, to give them a nice 6-point edge for Dallas. But, you know, this Belmont team is not going away. I mean, these scrums they're taking something out of them. But, you know, if you're looking at this scrum from our vantage point and from this monitor, it just looks like Belmont's scrum shape is not something that they worked on during the season. Dallas is just pushing them over very easily. It's unfortunate because Belmont has such a great attack, and to see something like that, it's going to be a difference in the game. And then you wonder, how do you get this far?
Good question. Is Dallas that dominant? It'll be something, you know, if Dallas makes it through, we'd find out on Sunday.
Schuylkill River, they're an interesting bunch. They've got some really big fellas.
Sounds that way. Wasn't that, you know, difference in games here? You said that was 77 to 33. Is that how it went up?
107 points scored total. 74-33, I think it was. Usually 33 points is enough to win a game.
Certainly is, yeah. A bit of a nail biter here as compared to that. See Michael Willis there. Ty Nosa's back. Belmont trying to win this ball back quickly, have done. Good work on their kickoff. Willis drives in on that one. They're inside the 40-meter line, and Nosa looking for some runners. And Nosa with the steps, and Nosa gets to the 22, offloads right into the hands of Loke, his scrum half. Schilling comes in and cleans it up. Loke looking for a runner out there, finds Wesley Teo. Knocked on in that contact by Teo. Going to come back for the scrum here to Dallas.
A couple substitutions being made by Belmont. Looks like tight head prop is going to go off for Belmont, as well as the number 4 for Belmont. So a front row replacement and a second row replacement. Those are really good tactical moves to make about 50 minutes into a game.
Certainly is. They need some fresh legs out there. Jose Masoe wearing number 17. Number 19 is Oscar Bashaw. Scrum to Dallas. See Yusuf with that good form over there. They're going to go off to the weak side. Pipkins back on the field. Make up for that yellow card offense. Young gets it to Heron. Heron, a little slip of the ball there. Pouncing on it is Belmont Shore. Will Dallas retrieve this? They have done. Show and go there. Pipkins looking to get through again. Penalty against Belmont.
Might have been some extracurriculars there, John.
A little bit of back and forth, just some introductions.
Looks like we're going to a line out here. This is something that Belmont excels in. Dallas is a very meat and potatoes kind of line-out group. Belmont a little bit more trickery there. Very good defensively is Belmont. Let's see what Dallas tries to do with it. I mean, they've really spread the field with their attack. The one wing is playing inside the 15 channel.
Just inside the halfway. Dallas line out up to the center. Ball down to the ground, but referee does spot a knock on. We're going to go back here for a scrum to Belmont Shore.
If you watch this, the defender from Belmont Shore was able to, as the Dallas player came down, was able to get the ball carrier, spin him, and separate him from his team, and then his teammates from Belmont Shore were able to knock the ball out of his hand. I don't know if this is helpful for Belmont Shore. And again, this is one of these things where Dallas can take chances.
Ball coming off the back there. Just coming to the ground is Weichedel. Penalty against Dallas this time. Ball quickly to Anosa. He's going to push this one downfield. Give it a nudge, take the line out down there. Still everything to play for. These teams playing each other at a bit of a standstill at the moment.
It's one of the more exciting games of the day. The other games were pretty well decided. This game is a back and forth affair. I mean, this could very well be a championship level game. It is a semifinal, so both these teams could very easily play in that final tomorrow against Schuylkill River. But again, this is Belmont Shore's wheelhouse. They're really good at lineouts. They're really good at attacking off of them.
We'll see where they come to from here. I know I'm sure will be ironing up the defense, trying to decide where to go. Movement there. Ball comes back to Belmont. Not as clean as they would like. It spilled forward there. Dallas, good pressure. A little discussion between the teams.
It's always the scrum half, isn't it?
Yeah, Chad Joseph.
Always a little guy.
And then promptly walks away.
Yeah. Let his big teammates get in there. Get in the face of a flanker who's willing to rip your head right off. And your big teammates get in between you. It's always pretty fun to watch.
Part of the personality.
Let's see if these changes that the Belmont Shore team has made are going to make a difference here in these scrums.
Put a big unit in there. He's holding off just a bit.
This is going to be exciting.
Carry on. Carry on. Some fields can score from here. Has to pass that one away. You see Dylan Carry on right in there, hitting that ruck. No problem trying to win that ball against some sizable fellas. Belmont clears their lines. It's going to be a line out here to Dallas. We're about 16 minutes into this second half here. The USA Club Rugby Championship semifinal. Silverbacks Park.
The ground and pound assault of the Dallas Reds versus the Belmont Shore finesse attack.
Going quick is Belmont. They know this is their game.
Unstructured play is really good for Belmont.
Let's go Boshaw taking that. Nosa has some runners coming at him, but able to put that one up to Fafatai. Teo. Now they move the ball wide. Dylan Carrion finds a runner coming back in Layuta Marquette. Markey, excuse me. Carrion again in that first receiver position. Clean up for Munoz, but hauled into touch. Dallas does.
Just why do that, though? You've got 5 defenders out there and 2 attackers. You know, you do have 2 exciting guys there, but why not just go the other way and keep possession of the ball?
They're just getting checked out here.
Hate to see this far into a game. You know, you've played an entire season. This is not how you want to go out.
Getting up a little slowly here.
A little gingerly, some might say. And it's not just one or two guys. There's literally 5 or 6 guys around the field that are getting sorted by the medical staff, who've done an absolute phenomenal job. The medical staff, the ball people, the referees, the council members that have come from different states, Eric Geib and Howard Kent, and David Dodge, all these folks putting tons of hours into this to make this happen after having a year off, and putting on an event that's televised. I mean, just everybody that's put so much time in and so passionate about this sport. Without these folks, this doesn't happen. Good for them, and thank you for all you guys do over there at the club rugby group.
Colin Yarian goes to the middle of the line out there to Richard Stevens. Off the middle of the field they go. Belmont working hard to try to turn that over. Not happening. They're going to keep it alive. Replacement scrum half in here for Dallas. Tyler Miller. Ball into touch. They are. It is going to be Belmont ball.
John, I'm going to get bold here. I'm going to get really, really bold here, John.
I'm looking forward to this.
I think Belmont sure is going to pull this out.
You think Belmont's going to pull this out?
I think Belmont's going to pull it. I think
6
Reds
points down.
I think Dallas has had about enough. I think that they're a great side. I think Belmont's a great side, but I think Belmont's going to pull this out.
Going with the Irish Mickey Ward tactic, just covering up for the first 3/4 of the fight, and then letting loose.
Yes. I mean, Belmont just seems to be a step faster right now. And Dallas knows that they're dominant in the scrum, and they're just resting on that.
They're a set-piece team. That's where they want to play. It should be interesting. See how this last 20 goes. We are right there, Ken. Belmont can have flashes of brilliance, certainly.
I know I'm stepping on a limb here, but gosh, Belmont is such an exciting team to watch outside of the scrum.
Okay, the scrum half is up and okay right now. Debo okay. Gets a messy ball that time. Reset it is this Belmont Shore team. Belmont Shore going to Schilling. Schilling's going to go out the back to Enosa. He's got an inside runner. Are they going to open up some space here? Going to have to keep it on their own. Dylan carry on. Just puts one up there for Munoz. Munoz going to have to take it to ground. Schilling didn't want that one. Enosa wanted that one. But they're going to keep coming through Bruce Young. Bruce Young, electric, the hooker. Dynamic runner out there. Enosa finds 3 Dallas defenders rather than some open room that he would like. Back out to the replacement, Bashaw. Referee going to whistle this one. Coming back across, Belmont penalty.
I think you take the 3 points here. I don't know. There's a lot of time left. There's a lot of time left.
Schilling is pointing towards the corner. Enosa working his way across. Enosa eyeing up those posts. We'll see what he decides to do. I believe we are going to see, indeed, a kick to the post here. Ken Pate prediction comes true yet again.
You know, my former coach, Pat Maroney, once told me take the points when you can take them, especially when you have 20 minutes left in the game. You know, you put this through, you're down 17-14. A kick ties it, a try wins it, and you're getting the ball back with an electrifying offense that plays so well under unstructured play. I don't know, I just think this is a no-brainer for me. And I'm glad that they made this decision.
And Nosa lines it up, as every kicker does, goes through his mental little routine. That's another 3 points on the board. It is 17-14, 3 points in it. Just 62 minutes gone. 18 minutes of exciting action coming your way.
Wow, I mean, you couldn't ask for a better semifinal. I think they're going to do water break right now. Is that what we're looking at? Yeah, we're looking at water break right now. You got 20 minutes left in the game. That kick, mark my words, that's the kick that decides this game. Had they not taken this kick, they would have to have centered, you know, let's say that they score a try and then they have a difficult kick ahead of them. Now you don't have to worry about the difficult kick. You've got the difficult kick out of the way. You're down by 3. Try wins it. Penalty kick ties it. I think this was such a smart decision. And you're seeing, I think, a momentum shift because most of this second half has been played inside the Dallas half, and I think they're exhausted from it.
It's a tough way for them to play. You've heard the Ken Pape prognostication. We're going to see if it comes true. But right now they have this hydration break. We're going to step away for just a second. We'll be back. And we are back. 18 minutes to go on the game clock. 3 points in it. Dallas leads Belmont Shore. My broadcast partner is taking Belmont for the win. We will see what happens here as we're going to go for this Dallas kickoff. Belmont just a little time there in that huddle to restructure for the last few minutes. Dallas as well.
This gives Dallas a chance to get a little bit of their win back. Refocus.
Collision in midfield there. Player nearly isolated himself. Dallas doing some good work to get over the ball here. Okay, moves that one out. Masoe looking for this. Ball to Masoe. He puts it on the back to Anosa. Anosa drives one down inside the 22. Alexander Gee back there.
Look at that swarming defense.
Sorry, it was not Gee back there. That was Hayden Hill. And the defense comes pouring down, as you said, from Belmont Shore. A lot of pressure on this Dallas team right now. Tyler Miller. That one's back to Bolton. He hoofs one downfield.
Guess where we're playing at, John?
We're playing in the Dallas half.
Again.
And we have a little timeout coming here. Referee going to want to have a word with an assistant referee. There might have been a late hit there. It was just off our screens.
You know, John, now that there's a break, you know, hydration breaks have changed over the years. I remember back 20 years ago when I was playing rugby, hydration break was usually some old guy coming off the field with a bush light.
Something like that.
You know, that was the hydration. Nowadays, pickle juice.
Yes,
John,
pickle juice.
Pickle juice. Have you had that?
Cramps? No, I haven't, thank God.
Well, you know, it really cures the cramps out. It's delicious. And it's a big thing here. It's a big thing in Dallas. I know that for sure.
Yeah. That's their method of hydration.
Evidently, pickle juice is not just for pregnant women, but also for rugby players.
Rugby players. Yeah, lots of similarities.
Okay.
We have a card there against one of the Belmont players. Somebody who's just come on. We couldn't see what it was for exactly. The infraction seemed to happen just off our screen. It was a late hit, possibly. With that, a big blow to Belmont. Going to play a player down. At least the next 10. I didn't see the color of the card either.
It was yellow.
It was yellow? Okay.
Okay, he said it was a no-wrap tackle, and that's where, or no-wrap attempt. It could have been from a ruck. It could be from a tackle.
Bolton pushes downfield. Dallas line out. 3 points up. Creeping towards 15 minutes to go. Quick one that time from Dallas. Pretty good move. A little slip of the ball over there to Imanugo. And Imanugo puts it to a wraparound player there. Some good work coming in. Look at that big power lift right there. Big number 23 coming in for Dallas. Dallas outside the 22. Need to control some ball here. Instead, they're going to go wide. Rurwa puts in a little pass. Out to the wing there. That's Yerion. The hooker, he's right at the line there. They're powering their way through. A couple of new players in the field. There's Heron. Heron headed towards the line. He can't make it. Players queuing up. Imanugo. Again, fighting their way towards the line. Ball up in the hands of Stevens. Now they're going to come wide out here. We're going to have to step back in is Campy. Campy does a good job to keep that ball alive. Bolton looking wide there. Has got the big man. Is he in the line? He is. He's in the try zone. Aaron Davis. 5 points for Dallas. What good work. What good control.
You know, when you're down a man, there's always going to be space somewhere, and Dallas identified that between the 13 and 14, and they were able to exploit that by moving the ball. And if you watch the Belmont defense, they kind of got huddled up in the middle of the field. A lot of opportunity there. Here we got the scrum half, digs the ball out, gets it off to the 10, 14, just powers through, fights off the tackle, and just dives in for a try.
Munoz just couldn't quite hang on to him there.
Here it is again. Just look at the pause out of the 14. Just pushing off, and fighting through. He just was not going to be denied. Well played by Dallas.
Very well played. 22-14, kick to come. This is well within Bolton's range. Be a 10-point game here. Bolton taking his time.
I went right across the face of the goal there.
We are an 8-point game here, so we're beyond a converted try.
Yeah, I mean, that yellow card's really going to be trouble for this Belmont side, and, you know, it's just unlucky. You got a guy comes just off the bench in the game for just a couple of minutes. His impact could have been a super positive one. Instead, turns into a negative one. You've got to play down a player against one of the best teams in the country. That's going to hurt.
And Nosa gets us underway again. Aaron goes up for that great take by the big man. And a run down the side here. Got a player with him, decides to go over carry-on. Should have probably gone for that inside support runner.
Didn't have to go that far to get over him.
No, certainly, but knock-on ensues. He had a player, could have put him clear away for a try. Goes for it himself. And back here for a scrum to Belmont Shore.
Small man carries big stick.
Yeah, and Pipkins dinged himself in the process there.
Here comes a replay on the tackle. He dummies that pass and tries to jump. That's a great form tackle there. I mean, just unnecessary too, right? I mean,
Imanugo has a clear run to the line there if you give him that pass on the inside.
Rugby 101.
Belmont scrum here.
The hand fighting has begun. Props from Belmont Shore have had about enough, and they're trying to fight back now. It takes a certain mentality, John, to play in the front row.
You just have a few quirks. Nice guys. Ball coming in here from okay. A little bit messy, but Belmont's going to be able to come down with this one. Going to Masoe. Now to Enosa. Enosa, runner coming inside there. Big number 18. Watson Vayula.
He's just exciting to watch.
He's certainly got the steps. There's the big fella again. Vayula.
I think he just likes saying his name.
Nosa, ball comes back inside the 22. He's going to have to keep this one in. And it does well. Ball comes right into the hands of Pipkins. Pipkins steps one. Waiting for some support. Gets it. Big hard contact coming in from Belmont. Player trying to rip that ball away. Tyler Miller gets it away. Bolton slips one. Bolton across to the 40. He puts that down to the ground. Heron in right over. And player coming right in from Belmont Shore. Just a bit silly. And they're going to play on. Quick tap taken by Dallas. Dallas just outside the 22. And a big break there from Dallas. And the player slips on that turf.
Sniper.
That was Jake Campy. Nearly made his way to the line, but held on to it at the end there. Dylan Carrion forces that penalty. It's going to be Belmont Shore. Under 10 minutes now, Ken.
That card is going to be coming back in any minute now. I guess that pickle juice hasn't really kicked in for him.
I guess not.
That's painful, I'll tell you. I give these guys tons and tons of credit. It is painful when those cramps hit. You know, especially when you're dehydrated, there's no quick way to fix it. I'll be taking a sub on here, and I think the player is returning, John.
Got 8.5 minutes here. A couple more players coming in for Dallas. Placing some of the big boys for the last few minutes. Time there for Andrew Stock wearing the number 17. Jackson Slater wearing the 18. Speaking of names I'd like to say a lot, Jackson Slater.
Jackson Slater.
Just inside the 22. It's going to be a line out here for Belmont Shore.
Jackson Slater.
Created a monster. Ball to the back for Belmont Shore. Off they go into the middle of the field. They need some tries here. Can't settle for anything else, but turned over quickly by Dallas. Great work. Darian Pickett's the midfield, one of the replacements. And Manugo been so instrumental to this game. And here is a big run from Daniel Logan. Logan gets it started. Back up there to Stock. Bolton probably should have let that one go, but takes into contact himself and is okay. Big Work from Masoe coming in on the other side. Dallas happy to keep this tight. Waste some clock here. Always ready to go is Johnny Heron. Shock of red hair flying down the field. Players coming in to turn this over. Still on the move here. Game clock's at about 73. Ours just held up for a second here. Back across to Johnny Heron. Heron safely in. Player down there for Dallas, but they're headed towards the try line nonetheless. Belmont trying to come over, and that's the one. Try awarded. Dallas extends their lead, and late in this second half, showing good fight here, good ability. Dallas Rugby looking fantastic right now, possibly headed towards that finals matchup with Schuylkill River, taking on this legendary Belmont Shore team. Take a look to try to see who dots this one down.
You can just see the Belmont defenders, just their height in contact there was just a little too high.
And that was Imanugo, who's had such a great game for this Dallas team.
Well, I've decided, John, that I'm going to stop making predictions. I'm 0 for 2 today. Well, no, that's not true. I did pick Nova.
Okay.
I did pick Nova. I did pick Schuylkill.
Go for a little more of the neutral commentator thing, Ken.
Yeah, you know, it's not for me. It's not a neutral thing. You know, I truly believe that these are the best teams in the country. They've done absolutely everything they can do. You know, it's the flow of the game, the keys to the game to me. You know, and I think that the players and the coaches appreciate the honesty that comes out of you, and you know, I hope out of me. Gosh, this Dallas team is just, their scrum is so dominant. Yeah. It wore Belmont down, and then you can't go into a championship game and catch a card. You just can't.
It is going to be an interesting Sunday afternoon if you're going to join us, and we hope that you will. And Dallas looks like they're going to be playing Schuylkill River here. 27-14, 5 minutes to go in this game. That game is going to be 4 p.m. Eastern on Sunday here on the Rugby Network. It'll be the capper to our USA Club Rugby Championships weekend.
You know, I got to say something I just saw on the sideline there, John. A Dallas player came off the bench to touch the ball so that the Belmont Shore team couldn't go quick. You know, that's just bad apples, isn't it?
Not necessary. Ball in for Belmont. Players wanted from Dallas, wanted a not straight, but they're going to just stick with that. Dylan Carrion goes for a little sevens out the back move, and it doesn't work. Another sevens out the back move doesn't really work. Belmont Shore looking for some late magic here. A couple of silly passes. Here's a good run from Loquet. Loquet has been dynamic for this team. Paranelli steps in the scrum half position. Penalty against Belmont Shore. Dallas happy to slow this right down. Good work by the man who just scored a try, Imanugo. Now turning that critical ball over late in the game here. You can see faint smiles starting to come across the faces of some of these Dallas players, Ken.
And you can see now the anger is starting to come out from Belmont. A lot of people talking to the referee. You know, just those things. I've never heard a referee change their mind from a player or a coach yelling at them. Just leave them go. They don't change their mind. And it was a good call, to be honest.
Yeah, it was a perfect good call. And just frustration from Belmont Shore at the moment.
It all builds up too, doesn't it? Like you've played all year to get to this moment, and it didn't go the way you wanted. I mean, it's heartbreaking. Dallas has done well with their lineouts. Belmont has an edge there. We're going to see a nice defensive effort here from Belmont. And by no means is this game over yet.
2.5 minutes. Just there and about. Yarian has been in for this whole game. That one slips through and winds up in the hands of Masoe. Masoe has a player around his neck. But a big break there from Gerald Lowe. Gerald Lowe inside the 22. Nice little handoff there. Scrambling defense from Dallas. Dallas players need to make sure they're on side here. Big break. Could there be a try coming? That's Lowe. He is in a never say die mode right now. Schilling on that ball. Schilling covers it up just a pick and go. Just over 2 minutes to go on the game clock here.
They don't have time for this. They got to get to the backs, get out to the outside.
They need to score a try immediately, and they do. Hold the phone, Ken Pape.
Hey, you know, you see what I mean?
I do. We need a kick quickly here for this team, for this Belmont Shore team. So just spotting a defender not there, going straight through the middle.
And Belmont Shore's got that quick strike of capability. They get this kick through. They got time for a kickoff. What a way to lose if Dallas is to lets up here. I mean, first they got to hit this kick. If they miss this kick, it's game over. They got to hit this kick, so a lot of pressure on this kicker here. And he's just into the game. He's probably just in for this. It's through.
27-21. We're under a converted try here with 1 minute on the game clock. Dallas needs to secure this ball.
Notice Dallas is not exactly running up to the line here, John.
I wouldn't either. They need to roll this, get this deep, deep, deep in that Belmont end. Try to hold them down here.
About 45 seconds left plus whatever stoppage time. As Conor McGregor always says, Dr. Stoppage. Dr. Stoppage.
Bolton taking his time. 2 different colored boots, I noticed.
That's the style there.
I guess. So off to the right here. Who's going to come down with this? He goes long, deep inside the 22. Well taken by Belmont Shore. Does Belmont Shore have the magic finish in them? The ball across to the middle of the field. Dallas needs to be careful not to get penalized here. Allow this team to move downfield. Power coming in right there. The whistle goes for the end of regulation, so we're in referee's time right now. Referees have been holding this clock. There's a little break through the middle. Dallas, desperate defense here. Pretty bunched around that contact area. They got to watch the width here that Belmont's able to play with. There's that man, Gerald Lowe. Lowe gets it just inside the 50. And penalty against Dallas. They're going to go quick. Players coming in from the back there. That's Parinelli inside the 40. And another penalty here against
he's reaching for his
Dallas.
pocket. He's going to the pocket.
And that is Tyler Miller, the scrum half, is going to be off for the remainder of this one. Trouble here for Dallas.
If you're Dallas here, push them to the outside. If they score, it's not the end of the game. Don't let them score in the middle. You cannot let them score in the middle.
Bangs off of one player. They're going to keep coming to the right-hand side here. Exciting days here. What can they make happen? Dallas needs something to go their way. Belmont looking for some magic. Schilling has been in here this entire time. Ball nearly back to the 50-meter line. Trouble for them. Belmont gives himself more room to have to run. Again, they have the power. They have the players to make this happen. Dallas just has to find a way to stem this. Next mistake, this game should be over. With a wraparound pass there. They're out on the wing. Ball slips into the touch. Referee spots it. Referee whistles it for the end of our game. And what a finish.
Wow.
27-21. Dallas Rugby overcomes Belmont Shore, not without its excitement. Final thoughts, Ken Pape.
Wow. That's my final thoughts. Wow. What an exciting finish to an already exciting game. Belmont had ball in hand. Just unbelievable. Great job by Dallas and their fans and Pickle Juice. I mean, it's just next level stuff out of those guys.
4 o'clock Eastern Time Sunday. That Dallas team is going to take on Schuylkill River in the finals. This is the Rugby Network. This is USA Club Rugby Championships. Join us tomorrow starting at 10 a.m. Eastern when the two games are going to be Men's Division III Queen City Rams versus Union County Mud Turtles, and the Palm Beach Panthers versus the Red Mountain Warthogs. At noon, Women's D2, the Knoxville Minks versus the Berkeley All Blues second team, and the Palmer College Dragons versus Providence Rugby in Women's D2. Those are all semifinals, and the Men's D2 semifinals at 2 p.m. Eastern. Charlotte Rugby versus Santa Monica Dolphins, and on the other field, Buffalo Rugby versus Denver Barbarians. For everybody here at USA Club Rugby Championships, for Ken Pape, I'm John Broker. We'll see you tomorrow at Silverbacks Park.
Toodaloo.